2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Phoenix Suns. And guys, for the Suns, it must be pointed out that a win here would give them the 6th best record in the league. That's a pretty good spot to be in at this time of year. Tonight.
They don't do what I can, no sir. Yo.
We are live in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Suns are about to go into this interconference contest. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. Noche la NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA, celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. You look at Orlando, a superb ball club playing a great brand of basketball. #1 record right now in the NBA.
And they're 1-0 against them this season, and this is the final matchup. So a little bit of extra incentive tonight, knowing they have a chance for the season sweep.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, whether it's 2 games or 20, you'd love to go unblemished against any opponent over the course of the season. Of course, the opposite is just as true. Getting swept is no fun at all.
And it's the Suns to start out. For some free agents who won't be heading to the postseason, Clark, these could be the final games with their teams. And I think that looms over a player's psyche, knowing he could be on the way out, playing somewhere else next year.
Kevin, I'm sure it's sometimes hard to ignore if that's your particular individual case. It would be definitely hard to not give thought to that, but there's something about the game when you get immersed in it, you can't really be thinking about other things, but I'm sure in those moments when you're not playing, then it becomes more prevalent in your thinking if you happen to be a player in that particular situation. And at the end of the day, you just got to recognize it as part of the business of the game.
It's always there, isn't it? The business of the game, always in front of these players.
Yep.
Now the starting group for Orlando. They got Jackson. Money out there with Cook. And it's O'Connor in at the 4 spot. Can't hit that one. Good D by Booker. Fast break, here come the Suns. Jackson's got the ball. The offensive rebound. Here's Lewis. Lewis. They shoot again. So the wing on the left. Here's Bosniak. And again, it's the Suns missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Got that one up quick. Money's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Kevin, he didn't hesitate that time. He gave him a step. He just pulled up and drained the 3.
Jackson in the corner. No good on the triple.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and I tell you what, they got very lucky.
Inside. Here's Money. No good that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
And you know what, Greg? Every team has guys that play different roles. As a matter of fact, most players in the league are role players. It's a matter of understanding your role and doing it well, because role players are just as important as the stars.
Nice way to start the evening. His number's getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with the head coach of the Suns. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
That's great, David. Thanks. They've got their hands full against a team that plays such tough D.
And that's why you got to be flexible in terms of your game plan, particularly on the offensive end. And they might have to try a few different approaches so they find one that works.
For sure. I mean, they have to be ready to adapt. The only way to break down this defense is to show them a lot of different looks.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Orlando shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of it.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Passes it to Jackson. Here's Money. The Magic again can't hit.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every minute, the pressure intensifies.
There's Jackson with the three. Sinks the three-pointer. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
That bucket in no time at all. Money's got 5.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Yeah, some of his shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Murray, the pass to Musa. Back to Murray. High, arcing shot. He lays it in.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
And it's Cook with the ball for the Orlando Magic. And stolen by Ayton. Tipped away. No one near him. And that one goes long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Money pass it to O'Connor. At the line, Orlando. Magic moving the ball around. Back to Cook for 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to Musa, who is outside. Here's Murray. And he uses the glass on the way. Murray's got his second bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here we go, all alone. Goes up, throws down the breakaway jam.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Here's Money. He's covered by Murray. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his first foul. Akers checked in 3. Pass to Murray. They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. We'll take a look at the Suns. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And right now for the Magic, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
And here we go with the Magic fast break. That one goes. Count it. And that's 10 points for Money.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
The pass to Musa. Kicks to Maker. Got a piece of it. And now Orlando on the break. He can't hit that time. Now the Suns take it the other way.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Cook's got the ball. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. And let's take this moment to check out the point guards with the highest shooting percentage from the last 10 games. You look at Money, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
And he's been even more accurate with his shooting than he's been with his passing. Just a terrific percentage from the field.
And Greg, this isn't a power forward we're talking about. I mean, this is a point guard. He's knocking down shots from 20 feet like they were layups.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Money. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. Tops in scoring, first in assists, and he's first in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Ray the pass to Murray. That's tipped. Here's Money. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly, they've been the better team so far.
Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he's on the money. Let's go down. Murray, the pass to Ray. Back to Murray. Shot to stop the run. That shot off.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Feeds it to Cook. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Usa passes to Murray. He strikes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
In an effort to protect the players, games are called a little tighter sometimes. And that said, Clark, which guys still bring the physicality that draw the eyes and the attention of the officials?
Well, some of these guys bring attention to themselves by virtue of their reputation, but in terms of physical presence, Steven Adams, to me, is just a behemoth of a guy.
He's grit. He's just all grit, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he just oozes that with his size and the way he goes about his work.
Suns trail by 19. Here's Bosniak. Fresh shot clock for Phoenix. Lewis comes up empty down low.
You know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
To the middle.
They're pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woods.
Yeah, I was able to. It was easy.
And owning the paint.
And a tremendous unleash chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Heavy.
And he likes
Oh, they were going to do that?
Early, nice triple.
Here's Money. He had a
June.
career game last
What do you mean,
time.
June?
Bucket after bucket. And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it on 2 points worked out just fine.
Back to Lewis. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
Here's money, and there's the dunk to finish it off.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill fly.
Yeah, man, that shit is down. I mean, I got approved for 150 grand, you feel me? But they never fucking sent me any through.
After that one, and the heart rate racing a little faster too.
I know.
Uses both hands to slide
For
it
real.
down.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket. Or
Bro, it's a grant. Everybody should be approved.
9 points in the game so far.
Well, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and it's Cook missing.
Highlight reel play all the way, just
Yeah.
can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just
All right.
came up a skosh.
Hey, what's up with the
I like
lawyers?
The initiative and the intention.
Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State.
No, for sure. Yeah, there's people buying stupid shit like Lambos and shit, and they go to jail. They take that shit
Not
from
at
them.
all, guys. I mean, all these mistakes and miscues have really hamstrung their effort.
Puts it up off the inbound, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 19 points for money.
Yeah, try and get the lawyers.
8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Ayton. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you see the raw talent Ayton has. And
So once you appeal that, you're good.
Ceiling and a desire to grow.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. The Suns making a switch here.
Sure. All right, Bimbo.
No good on the second free throw. Here's money. Fires from deep. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Gotta have big-time nerves to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
And so it's the Orlando Magic in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to Noche Latino. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
I mean, hugely, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
Orlando's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. They've got Wennington, and it's Ayton in at the 5, who's out there for Phoenix.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Down low, Wennington. Ayton, the pass to Wennington. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Here's Money. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and
Love.
Passes it to Henry. Lets the 3 fly. That shot no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
scorching and torching offensively. They were able to get everything they wanted.
Here's Money. He's got 26. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And the shot goes in. He's got 8.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Phoenix calls timeout. Mark, when you played some tremendous talent at the forward position, as you go back in your Rolodex, who was the toughest matchup for you?
Well, I look at some of the names of guys that I played against. Mark Aguirre, Larry Bird, obviously Kevin McHale in Boston. Calvin Knapp was terrific with Portland at the time. Marcus Johnson in Milwaukee. Bernard King in New York probably was the toughest guy I had to deal with because he was such an animal and beast as a scorer and was relentless in his movement without the ball. He was probably the hardest guy I had to check for.
Some great names there.
Yeah, big-time scores at that forward position.
Henry with it. Jackson on him. 13 feet away. And the shot ball short this time. Orlando, they've gone 3 or 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Money. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Why you acting like a
Money's
bitch?
got 6 here in this quarter. Phoenix has gone 1 or 2 on 3 quarters here in the second quarter. So he's all alone. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Thursday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. Then on Saturday, they'll head back home to host the Miami Heat.
And for that game against the Nuggets, even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
That free throw, no good.
Like a bitch.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. The feed now to Henry. Changes up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. Number 1, the Magic. The Suns in second.
And the shooting display both these teams have put on this season has been remarkable. I mean, there are just three-point shooters all over the floor.
That's good from Henry. Both free throws good from Henry. And it's Cook with the ball for Orlando. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he makes the first. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Phoenix has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Shoots from 12. The shot, no good. The Magic go the other way with it. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Another steal. To the middle. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He has 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Henry. Here's McKinney. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the Lakers with 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter of play.
Made another three since the one he drilled in the first, but still, you got to defend him from beyond the arc.
Here's Money. Moves back up. And the layup is good.
The last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smashed up physical basketball, guys.
And Phoenix with another turnover here.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Orlando, they've gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Money's got 11 here in this quarter alone. And that's a foul called on Money. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And the Suns making a change here. Murray's checked in. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And Josh Jackson, the 4th pick in that 2017 draft out of Kansas. A hyper-athletic 6'8", and he's got the handles, I think, to become a terrific slasher in the league. And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth. And typically, he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Jackson. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. Averaging about 16 points, 6 assists, and just over 2 steals. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes natural.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Oh, my goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Murray with it. He kicks it to Jackson. Back to Murray. Trying to end the drought. He takes it up and lays it in. Murray's got 6.
Boy, I like how fast, how quickly he went up with the shot, realizing that his man had no chance.
Here's Money to the inside. O'Connell, and he jams it with authority.
And surprisingly, a firm throwdown. That's a little bit out of character, Kevin.
It is, Greg. You're right. He's got plenty of size to attack the basket, but rarely does.
Well, he certainly attacked it that time, Kevin. I mean, that's what they want. Oh! Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, ooh, wow.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some hits to offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Knocks it loose. Here's Money, 37 points for him. Pass to O'Connor. And Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to slot shots back.
Here's Murray. The putback. And it's Cook with the ball for the Orlando Magic. Here's Money. Misses off the left eye.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Lewis checked in for Phoenix. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Let's now pause and take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Magic.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that back court.
Murray outside.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Floats one, and the layup is up and in. Murray's got 8 points.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Down low, O'Keefe, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely, and that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
On the wing, Jackson. Plenty of space. That one doesn't drop. Orlando's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. That one goes in. 39 points for Money.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Murray with the defensive effort.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
O'Connor the pass to Money. Dips the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
That's exactly how you set the table. Great dime there.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. It's Jackson with the drive. Lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
And right away, straight line to the basket. Josh Jackson. Unbelievable speed.
Down low, O'Keefe. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Here's Murray. Rebound by the Magic.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, their offense has really been productive this half, and I absolutely love the shots they've taken so far.
Here's Booker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Phoenix shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Knocks it loose. Money passes to Cook. Over Booker. The second effort. And it's good on the layup. He's got 16.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And Phoenix turns it over again. This is a look at the NBA's
the next one.
last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball?
I'm gonna skip it to halftime and then do the Lakers because these guys playing around too much.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
It's deflected. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Devin Booker. 5th for free throw percentage, 15th in scoring, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And he's been deadly from the free throw line. Only a handful of players are shooting a better percentage. Phenomenal asset to have on your team. Here's Wellington. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Alice position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's O'Connor. Count that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Shot from 12. And it's Ayton missing. And it's Cook with the ball for the Magic. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Hey, I agree with you there. I mean, they were in a really nice flow, Greg. Seemed like they couldn't miss.
Good on the shot.
And that's how you move basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Here's Money, and he's got 41. That one misses.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Knocks down the 10-footer. Money's got 43 points.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Tipped away.
There's nobody here.
Here's Wellington. Here's Vujanic. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Another possession, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking
Buy
out
something.
his teammates.
Here's Money, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And he hasn't cashed in on his chances at the line, only making 1 free throw.
And he hasn't been able to get it going at the free throw line yet.
They've been way off the mark far too often. Those misses could come back to bite him. And guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
That will count. The shot. No good.
Me, that's what you're talking about. Close your mind. As I tell love go scream and shine. My similes and milk. Man, you know. I punch the clothes out. Lord, no. Ain't no time to play puppet. Wanna be a baller. Shot caller. 20 in plays. Only in baller. Caller gets tonight. The rope I got. I hit the highway, making money the flyway.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Orlando Magic. We've seen a lot of quality basketball from this Orlando team lately. It's been a fantastic season for them, and this could be one of its most memorable nights, as a win here gives them the best record in the league.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's home to Tinseltown and the Lakers, Los Angeles, California. We bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. Along with our broadcast team of Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldrich, Kevin Harlan, I hope you'll join us in welcoming our very special guest to the broadcast tonight, the terrific, the legendary Kobe Bryant. Has put on a headset and placed himself in our broadcast position. Kobe, this is really terrific. Thank you for coming by. And it's another road game for the Magic. Well, they're on top of their game right now, and guys, on top of the league, the best record in both conferences.
And during this streak, guys, one thing you can see on this team is that everybody's role is clearly defined. Every player knows exactly what's expected of them. All the pieces seem to be fitting together perfectly.
Well, right now, they're a coach's dream, guys. And like you said, everybody knowing their role and everybody accepting their role. Nobody putting themselves above the team.
A look at the Magic starting group. Money out there with Cook. And there's Jackson, and it's O'Connor, and at the 4 slot. Now, here's Kuzma. He's tightly guarded. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. He's again. Here's Money. Feeds it to Jackson. It's picked off. Barry, guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. That one falls. Jackson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Look at this. I like this. Even basketball. Keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
The Lakers off to a slow start. It's a 5-point game. Here's Ball. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt. And Kobe, one aspect that always stood out about your career and dedication was your work ethic. What motivated you to continue to work hard, even in your last year in the NBA, when your body sometimes would say, no more work, right? No more work.
Yeah, I love the process. You know, I love the process more than the actual game. You know, because it's a puzzle. You have to figure out how things are going to work. Okay, my ankles won't loosen up. How do I get them to loosen up? Right? Contrast therapy, stretch, modalities, strength training. Right? So it's a constant
It would take hours and hours and hours.
Yeah. Very tedious things, but it's like a quest. You're trying to figure out what's going to work. Right? It's the little challenges along the way that always kept me interested.
That's the Money. And Ball comes to help. Here's O'Connor. No good off the front iron. The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Barry, guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Magic.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
The Lakers on offense. They trail by 1. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, and they played more than just a supporting role. I mean, without their points, it would have been tough to get that role.
Now we'll turn it over to David Aldrich, who was able to talk with head coach Luke Walton.
Well, Kevin, I asked him what the strategy was offensively, and he said, look, we want to avoid having to take so many outside shots. They want to exploit what he described as a mismatch inside. He said, we have the talent down low to make things very difficult on those guys. We're going to use it. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. First in three-point shooting, third in assists, and he's right there among the most efficient scorers in our league. Third overall in field goal percentage.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. There'll be a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change. Yet they still have the ailments. That's generous. A lot of guys have ailments that linger on in their course of career. What kind of workout? We know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
I work out hard.
Do you?
Yeah, it's become a challenge to say, because most players when they retire say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight, right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to attack something. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies or some of these other things.
And looking like you did when you played.
Being in great shape.
Yeah. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The steal. Here's money. Oh.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And that was an Unleashed Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Lakers trail by 6 on the Vandals. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. And the first one drops. Second free throw, no good. Orlando leading by 5. Throws it up high.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Pass to Goodrich. Here's O'Gallagher Jr. Traps in the tray. O'Gallagher Jr.'s got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 8 points for money.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. We're going that way.
And Kobe, you think about playing the game. You don't miss the physical side of it, but I know the mental side was so big for you, especially as your career went on.
Well, yeah. Well, every season was a new puzzle, right? So it's as a leader of the team, it's not so much about yourself. You have to put that to the side and think about how to put together the puzzle for your teammates. How do you put them in a situation where they're reaching their max potential?
Yes.
Right. That's what gets the championship done. So every season is exciting because the puzzle is new, right? The emotions, the goals that your teammates have are all new. And so you have to figure out how can you put them in the best possible position to be successful and in turn help us win the championship.
That's a great explanation. And it's O'Gallagher Jr. missing.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
And the Lakers call time here.
Not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. The Orlando Magic coming to this one after the win against the Suns. Will it go? And the shot is good.
And you can bet they weren't expecting that kind of a flashy move out of him, but that spin worked to perfection.
Money Henry passes to O'Connor, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Timberwolves. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place. The guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, Los Angeles, right now, quite a ways down below.
You know, for Los Angeles, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
They have their work cut out in the offseason. The status quo isn't going to cut it. There has to be an overhaul.
There'll be a lot of teams now playing a more spread-out offensive style. You played with a spread four and Robert Ory, Mar Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
That doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, every puzzle is built different.
Right.
Right? And you just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and understand what they need. It's not what you need. It's what they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have on their roster.
Great description.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Holmes kicks to Noel. Poke loose. Goodrich passes to Holmes. Lakers passing it around. Boom, he chips it straight down.
And if that doesn't get too fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg just at the top to order, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Get the loose steal assist on that one. Get a body on him.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Lakers trail by 13. This is it to Goodrich. Over Jackson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Money. 13 points in the game.
And the passer floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Seven. Their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Noel finds Holmes. Now here's Goodrich. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. Here's Money, guarded by Holmes.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Well, that's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
And it's Goodrich missing. Orlando leading by 15. Cook, the pass to Money. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting. And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. Also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
Really, I never felt pressure. I'm not really sure what that is. You'll have moments where you'll make game-winning shots and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. At times where you'll miss it and then people won't like you very much.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next game you hit a game winner and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one and everybody don't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense to me.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like right?
Even that, right? Even that. It'll be games where you make them and your teammates are thanking you for it. At times when you miss it, your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better. Right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
Holmes kicks to Jordan. Pass to Peters. To the wing right side. Pass break. Here come the Magic from 10 feet out. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Holmes with it. Nothing in the scoreboard for him. Kuzma, that's good.
Timing, the precision. You gotta respect Kuzma's ability to drain shots.
Amway.com/movie store.
Magic leading by 18. Jackson from long range. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
LA's on 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Holmes kicks to Noel. Here's Peters. 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Good work there as it goes.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 43% since taking the floor today. .114 left in the first quarter. Here's Holmes. It's hauled in by the Magic. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Yeah, dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the board.
Well, that got them a lot of extra possessions, and they made them count. I mean, their game was a runaway.
Hello, who is it?
Magic have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far.
Well, what are you calling him on behalf?
Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Oh, okay. Are you outside? Okay, I'm gonna go open it now.
Los Angeles making a switch here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike. 50 seconds left in the first. Here's ball. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in his many tries.
He has the size to be a factor inside. Ball doesn't shy away from testing his luck from it.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, they've weathered their turnovers so far. That's his 2nd foul of the first quarter, and they do want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Gary Harris, who's checked in for the Lakers. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball dishes to Jordan. Here's Peters. An 11-point game for him in the win against Utah. Picked away. Here's Money. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they've come out with that take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
That one drops for him. 8 points for Lonzo Ball.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Here's Money. The pass to O'Connor. It's his first trip to the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. And so it's the Orlando Magic with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vallanos. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Well, and not only in terms of building the lead, but now the defense has to extend itself. That leads to other opportunities.
And league-wide, we see the growth of advanced analytics. So, Kobe, when you saw some of those advanced measures come into play, was there any particular thing that ever struck you as, well, that's strange, you never thought of that before?
There was one time, I think Shane Battier was talking about defending or something like that. He was using analytics to do it. He was expressing how it was tough because I was 50% attack to the right, 50% attack to the left, which was awesome to see that numerically. Yeah. I always try to consciously do that and be aware of that.
To mix up your game.
Yeah. But it was cool to be able to see how the numbers could break down a game to that level of detail.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Jordan, and it's Ball in at the 2. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key, and his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you.
And the three-point shot has just been money so far tonight.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And the talk at Mare Huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
Well, there have been a few small forwards helping their teams in all sorts of ways lately. Like this group, leading the position and rebounding the last 10 games. Well, we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Gallagher Jr. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Oh, Gallagher Jr.'s got 5 now. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Kicks it to Ball. Pass to Jordan. Now, here's Ball. He's guarded closely. And that one is good from O'Gallagher Jr. O'Gallagher Jr.'s got 4 points this quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Kobe, many people.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. For Los Angeles, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Another steal.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
Quarter 2, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Best passes to O'Gallagher Jr. They get a hand on it. Here's Best. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Bucket is good.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as he keeps working.
Pass to Jackson. At the line, Orlando. Yep, it counts. 11 points in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Cook, the best of money. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Magic.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
He misses the free throw. And Kobe, one of your trademarks, the fadeaway jump. It's so effective because it's unguardable.
Can't guard it. I remember playing against Eric Snow in the Sixers one time in Philadelphia. He was a really great defensive player. And I took him down the post, and I turned around, and I hit a fall away. And running back out the court, he was like, man, if you're going to make that, man, it's just, I just got to put my hand up. If you're going to make that shot, God bless you. I said, well, then God bless me, because I practiced that shot thousands of times, so thank you.
And he was a good defender.
He's a great defender.
Yes.
But those fadeaway shots, players are just used to putting their hand up. But if you just put a hand up, these are shots that I take thousands of times, you just got to hope I miss it.
And you didn't.
No, not that one.
Here's Olsen. And the Lakers with another miss.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Money passes to Cook. Wasted no time on that one. Cook's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Lakers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Guys are looking for a start here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And mistakes, guys, this quarter have translated to 9 points at the other end.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Lakers. Harris comes in for Lonzo Ball. Here's money. 30 points in the game.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
In the corner, it's Harris. No good again that time.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's money. Last time out, he had 44 points. There's the lob for Jackson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
They've come in with a great overall strategy, the right attitude, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Olsen passes to Goodrich. There's the feed to Harris. Nice pass. Led into the rack perfectly for the layup.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's money. And he goes in for the dunk.
I mean, this could end up being a big night for him. I mean, if this quarter is any indication.
Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Feeds to Harris. Misses from short range.
Oh, no. Sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
Here's the three. That shot off. And Orlando will come the other way.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Magic moving the ball around. Here's Money. Banked in off the glass. Money's got 34.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Olsen passes the door over Jackson. And again, the Lakers no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And here is Los Angeles now. In the corner, it's Harris. And no good. The try spell continuing for him.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Basket counts. And that's 36 points for Money.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
Pass to Olsen. And here is Los Angeles now. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Money. Just an incredible month of basketball. And you love his anticipation. All those steals. He's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
His nose for the ball has never been better. I mean, Greg, his transition defense really stands out. If you get careless in the open court, he'll make you pay.
Now, here's Holmes. Guarded closely. He kicks to Goodrich. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Saturday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And that one against the Bulls, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
That one misses. And it's Cook with the ball for the Orlando Magic. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Well, also great execution. Let's not forget about that. Being active gets you only so far if you lack the discipline.
Knocked away. And here is Holmes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there's the pass to Kuzma. Here's Peters. To the inside. Here's Holmes. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And he's got his first free throw of the game. That free throw missing, and the Lakers making a change here. And the second free throw, good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Orlando's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Money, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. LA's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Now, here's Holmes. Not a lot of room. Pass to Kuzma. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Ball going up court. Finished off the break. 17 points in the game.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Passes it to Holmes.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Money, guarded by Holmes. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And Los Angeles guys shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused.
You better watch it. He doesn't want to pick up a third foul before halftime.
Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
The first one falls. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Orlando dictating the flow. There's the lob to the hoop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. The Lakers shooting about 42% so far. A minute 50 left in the second quarter. Here's Kuzma. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Good at taking initiative inside. Once Kuzma is near the hoop, he's focused on scoring.
To the paint. Ball stolen. Down low. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Good.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
And so here's Orlando. Well, Kobe, I have to say it's been a real pleasure having you stop by our booth and spending some time with us for this game. Thanks again for coming by. I hope we can do it again.
We will, man. It's been a blast.
There he is, folks, the great Kobe Bryant. And you know, Chris, you and Kobe both playing from the same era of the NBA. He was sharing his thoughts about current trends in the league. Do you feel it's different from when you and Kobe both played?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you look now, I do think that the game has changed, but I just think that's great because the game has evolved. Great players have come before us, great players come and try to get better after that. And I think right now what you see is the accumulation of some great players and then young players studying the game and taking it to a new level. So can't wait to see where the game goes. No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Basket good. Money's got 40 points.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that.
Holmes can't get it to go in. Orlando's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Peters kicks to Kuzma. Pass to Peters. The Lakers have gone just 4 of 8 from the line tonight, hoping to move that free throw percentage up a bit. And the first one comes. Good on both. One second left. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
I like that. Even though he's in a hurry, he still remains under control.
And so it's Orlando holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
We got to protect the paint. They can't waste too many easy baskets. That's us communication on front and the post, and, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Orlando had no problems getting going. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. At the end of the first quarter, they found themselves way out on top. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic. And the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers. And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
Well, it comes down to talent, it comes down to hustle. He's shown both in a big way so far.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Oh, great leaping ability, such a advantage in this game of basketball, Chris, when you think about the bigs who can control that kind of part of their game. Who comes to mind for you?
You have to go out there to look at that man, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, he dunks, it looks like a Nerf hoop. He just throws it up there. The way that he gets up, or how about Drummond, the way that he can get 20 rebounds in just a second, how quick he is at getting that second step and going back up. When I think of athletic big men, I think of Andre Drummond as one of the most athletic big men that I've ever seen in my time playing basketball.
And so in the game for the Magic, we've got Cook. Also money out there, and it's Jackson in at the 3 spot. The Lakers shooting 43% from the floor. Ball, the pass to Kuzma. Back to Ball. The pass to Peters. Now, here's Ball. To the paint. Here's Kuzma. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game. Whoops, they pick off the pass. A wide open look here for Kuzma. The quick look, no good that time.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight with the offensive. Tentative on the finish. Forget about the D. Take it up strong.
Lots of room. Peters misses.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Pass to Kuzma. And again, the Lakers no good.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Cook looking it over. Passes it to Money. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Where did that come from? It was beautiful.
Wow. Now, I would say that's a special occasion for a slam right there.
Well, what kind of occasion are you talking about? Why was he saving that one? My goodness.
Hey, you gotta pick your spots. You can't break those out every time. But you have like this score.
And a pretty screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim. Well,
no way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Knocked loose. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Goes up. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Nerlens Noel did not like that at all.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Lakers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Now, here's Ball. 12 points for him. Here's Money. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the floor of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And Noel kicks the ball. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
He has still not missed a shot. Where could they be today without him?
And the basket by Jackson.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now, here's Ball. He's covered closely. Pass to Noel. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 4th assist in this one.
Just not enough space for him to get to the rim. I mean, and the finish is flawless.
And C-Web, so many talk about the 2001 Lakers and how they might be one of the greatest teams to ever play. You saw their talent firsthand. What do you think?
I think they had Kevin, a Hall of Fame coach, two the greatest players to ever play the game, is Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, and right there, that 15-1 in the playoffs, that's the gold standard. I mean, Kobe and Shaq were very motivated that year, and I think they're in the conversation for best team ever.
Here's Money. He's covered by Ball. Here's Money. Here's the lob to the hoop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
He gets in a good position in the post, and the entry feed is there for him.
Lakers have gone even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Here's Olsen. Lays it up and banks it in. 5 points in the game.
I like that big play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Now, Ball. He's got 14. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Okidi. He's covered by Noel. Here's Money. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his 4th foul of the contest. See, there was a time when athletes spoke up about societal issues and they were simply told to, just stick to sports. That is no longer the case.
Basketball was built on players speaking their mind. The one thing about the game of basketball, whether you're from Serbia like my friend Vlade or you're from Detroit like me, it's an urban game. And you cannot leave the problems of urban society just because you were blessed with the talent to play basketball. And so many of us speak up on societal issues just because...
Oh, see that? And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, he gets up. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by the Magic. It's stolen. Here's O'Gallagher Jr. He's got 7. And Noel kicks to Harris. Pass to Goodrich. He feeds it to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
He caught it in stride with the lead pass. Now that was time.
Noel's gone 2 of 3 from the field. Here's Money. Here's Cook. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Cook. For Los Angeles, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 for the field here in the third. Knocked away from the arc. It doesn't go for him. And Orlando the other way now. Here's Money. Non-stop scoring machine here. 2 points. That one goes.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell.
How are they gonna run out of the fucking loans? Didn't they make it big enough for everybody?
Outside Jordan. Stolen by Jackson. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
That shit don't make sense.
The Magic have shot 60% from the line. 6 of 10.
I mean, I already applied. You saw the tracking number or whatever. I mean, that's the second. I was approved for 150, but you never sent it.
And the first one at the line is good.
But Luke Walton, he's definitely a coach players like to play for. I mean, it helps that he was a player not too long ago. Both stars and role
All right,
players
let's see what
appreciate
happens.
the candor and the opportunity.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having 150 grand, but I ain't got a good bet.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
For sure.
And with Bolton, you hear players talk about the leeway that he allows them.
And that extra bit of trust Walton gives goes a long way. It's just why so many rookies have been able to flourish under him. Young players,
Martin Luther King Day.
You let them learn on the fly. And Walton has done a good job of creating that environment.
The Lakers have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10.
Oh, so it's gonna be a little bit slower. Oh, okay. You never know, man. Somebody's hacking that shit and fucking says open. Shit, Alright, but then someone fucking a super pandemic comes through and then it gets open.
And he knocks down the first one.
You gotta carve that shit.
He's off on the second. And so here's Orlando. Okidi to the paint. Money. For Orlando, they have had 12 attempts.
Of course, it's a grant. It's a grant. No, I put an M with. That's why I was able to get the 150. Yeah.
First one falls for him.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. He hits one and misses one each at the line. You know, when it comes to ongoing contract negotiations,
yeah.
See, Webb, how distracting did you find it for those players and for yourself to deal with all that going on?
It can be very distracting if you allow it to take over. What I would suggest for players is...
Yeah, bro, try it out. You could get lucky.
All cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Los Angeles is getting blanked.
All right. Yeah, man. We'll have to see what they say because they said, like you said, today's everything's closed.
Here's O'Gallagher Jr. 7 points in the game.
Yep.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
No, man. What do you mean? Like a name?
Kuzma passes to O'Gallagher Jr. Nice passing here by Los Angeles.
No, I don't know how to get an extra one. A spare one? No.
Now, here's Holmes. He's covered closely. Knocks it loose.
No, I don't know how to do that.
Cook leading the way.
No.
It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Yeah, man.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Lakers have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Here's O'Gallagher Jr. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. We'll look now at the 2K leaderboard to find out which small forwards have had the hottest second halves of the season from the field. For Los Angeles, they have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line. And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Here's Money. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. He hits the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. So it's the Lakers now. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Got a piece of it. Here are the Magic now. Inside. Another possession, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
And here is Los Angeles now. And the pass to Holmes. And here's Kuzma. Looking to get it going. Rebounded by Jackson.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
Throws it up high.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's O'Gallagher Jr. Misses from short range.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
To the middle. The Magic have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. First free throw is good. That one misses. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Passes the door. Poked loose, stolen by Jackson. Pass break. Here come the Magic.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now into the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Here's O'Gallagher Jr. He's got 9. Pass the door. To halt the run. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Money passes to Jackson. And it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Harris outside. Inside, here's O'Gallagher Jr. Orlando grabs the miss. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The pass to Money. To the wing right side. Cook, the pass to Money. 5 to shoot. And another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches. Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And so it's the Orlando Magic able to put on a show for the Aegis. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
But how about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this team to become competitive. And it's the Magic's ball. Noel is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Gary Harris, and it's Doyle in at the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. That shot off. Pro basketball is one of the few sports where awards are league-wide, C-Web, and not divided by conference. If the NBA should consider giving out separate awards, for the East and the West.
Kev, I don't know about Eastern and Western Conference, but I do believe that there should be an offensive MVP. I do believe there should be a difference between MVP and maybe the best player in the league, because how do we define some of these things? So I do think we can tinker with some of the awards, but East and West, I'm not really sure with. I think it should always be about the best out of the total number of teams and conferences.
Good perspective. Here's money. Okidi. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Olsen passes to Berry. Harris looking it over. Not loose. Here's Noel. That's short off the rim. The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Jackson passes to Money. He dishes it to Cook. And another assist for him. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. And the Lakers making a change here. Goodrich is checked in. Here's Goodrich. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big man. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footer. You also have better spacing. So if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy, I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide open shooter now, because the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
And the Lakers making a change here. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Olsen passes to Doyle. And that one is good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Here's Money. Excellent D there from Goodrich. It's up a 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
Good.
Still attacking. Building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficient.
Passes at the door. Hooked away to the inside. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Money. shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. Compared to when you were playing C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on mobility, especially at the defensive end. I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I played with some great defenders, the Ben Wallace, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with a total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with a mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, Greg, it's not just you. I mean, it's the stat line, too. Look what he's doing. A dominant night on the glass.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And he makes the first.
A good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
And that one misses. For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. C-Web is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. You know, I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
Here's O'Connor, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. 25 points in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Los Angeles has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. It's intercepted. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Money. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Sunday, they'll defend home court against the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Tuesday, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers coming into town. First free throw is good. Jordan, he's checked in for Los Angeles. He doesn't get the second one. And what a draft day steal for the Lakers, who were able to get Kyle Kuzma, who had been drafted 27th overall.
Yeah, Kuzma came into the league far more polished than anyone expected, and you have to credit the young man's hard work and how he was able to make such a big splash that rookie year. And with how hard he works, Kuzma is going to be an impactful player in this league for a long time.
Now, here's Ball. Tight defense on him. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Look at that awareness of Ball. Fantastic at recognizing when his teammates are wide open.
Okidi, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
Holmes with it. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his 5th foul.
That's number 5 on him. No room for error anymore. I bet they'll take it at him right now. Or try to get him out the game.
Here's Holmes. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Money's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Down low. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Inside. Holmes down low, blanketed by the D, who fights to the rim for the layup. Holmes got 4 points now in the fourth. Here's Orlando now, a 3-ball, and another one falls. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Chris, coach turnover happens a lot in the NBA. And there are some people that feel that, teams are too quick to make a change. What do you think?
Every situation is different. Sometimes it's the obvious change is needed, but sometimes it feels more like desperation. Think about it. The best franchises typically have stability. And fans aren't stupid. They know when their team is just trying to throw a worm out there to catch you and see who they can get, or if they're using the past coach as a scapegoat, trying to redirect the emotions of the fans to direct them to cheer for their team further on. But a lot of times, I'll tell you this, though, coaches getting fired because the players don't execute and follow through. A lot of times it's not the coach's fault. They usually have to take the fall, and that's what being the leader is all about. And unfortunately for the coaches, there is quick turnover. But hopefully they can land back on their feet at a new place with another job, with a team that'll listen and let them set the hold up.
Good inside. And he's able to get it back. And another assist for him. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
LA's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Peters. To the middle. Here's Barry. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one is off. And he sinks the second. Here's Money. To the inside, O'Connor. And another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Peters kicks to Noel. Pass to Peters. Tipped away. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Cook's got the ball.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And the Lakers have possession. And here is Holmes. Now the pass to Barry. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The first free throw is good. And the Lakers making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. And so he hits both. Here's Money. Down low. Here's Jackson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Jackson's got 10 points here in the second half. And for the Lakers, they're shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Barry passes to Noel. Now, here's Kuzma. Passes to Barry. Now, here's Kuzma. He's tightly guarded. And it's blocked. Here's Money. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Pass to Peters. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Wow, did you see that? The athleticism of Kuzma is phenomenal. I mean, he uses it often to gut through the defense.
A second chance effort. And good, he hits it again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. So it's the Lakers now. Gary passes to Jordan, and the layup is good. Jordan's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Orlando.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, you thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for money.
There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
Fires from the wing. And there the Magic with another bucket.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Pass to Dort. Rebound by the Magic.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, it's not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't care how good you are. It's tough to succeed in the hostile environment. They're going to stop.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Olin, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Call me Dre.